How about now? How about if I turn on the microphone? What can you see me and hear me now? Son of a... I was just sitting there like this. But you can see me and hear me now. Yeah. There it is. And a little dance party. Oh, I'm going to wish I hadn't done that. All right. That was a bit of a bumpy intro over on the YouTube streaming part. I can't see myself, so I'm assuming it's working. It looks like I have a good connection, and it looks like the stream is... I'm going to bump up the quality a little bit just to see if it can handle it. Let me see if y'all notice an improvement. Let me know if it starts dropping out frames. All right, what's up, y'all? I'm sorry I got a bumpy start to this one. Spent a little time over on Instagram Live just a little bit ago, and that was cool. Hadn't been over there in a little bit. Appreciate everybody jumping on, saying hey. What do I have? I have... Everybody give me a thumbs up if everything's looking cool. It should be working. I need to figure out how to invite people. That's what I need to do. That's what needs to happen. I have to figure out how to quit screwing around with this thing too. Oh, that's a whole lot. You got a little extra there. Shh, that was close. All right, cool. So, first, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's feeling okay. I hope everybody's older folk are doing okay, because I think that's where it really matters the most. Crazy times. And what is that? What's slow? Bahama Llama. Give me a sloth. What you talking about, Remy? Things are slow. You're just moving around. You're just taking it easy. I hope everybody is hiding from everybody. I hope if you're not hiding from everybody, you're like 10 feet away from them saying, hey, what's up? I know we talked about it last week. Stay away from people. Hang around your people, but stay away from other people. The slower we spread, the better off we'll all be. If you see some of the news out there, some of those models look a little bumpy. So do what you can do. Every little bit helps in this particular case. Liquor stores are still open. You know what's funny? Just loves sloths. Oh, and you know, he does love a good llama every once in a while, right? So there's that. I think Remy's been drinking. But whatever. So the funny part is, I'm not a big drinker. For the longest time, I was like a non-drinker. I got sick one day, and it like altered my DNA, and I was not down for booze. It's come back. I don't drink during the week. Just this. I might have a beer every once in a while. Which kind of sounds like, sir, how much have you had to drink? Well, I had a beer at like 4 p.m. And then like 3 minutes ago. So, today I'm slumming it. Pinky up with a little Jim Beam fire. And we're gonna make it a little special. We're gonna add a little something, because this makes it better. There was this one time when I was hanging out with my brother. My brother lives close by, and we were chilling down by the beach, and we were having some drinks. Too many, way too many. And there was a little bit of what's up, Savage? A little bit of cinnamon goodness with a little bit of Tabasco. Here's what's up. Wayne Scott, my man. Sadly, you and I did not meet. You came out here for a WAMAS, WAMAS meet. You met some of my peeps, and I wasn't able to go because of work or kid or something. And I wish I had come out and met you. Next time, I'll catch you. I'll catch you one day. I think that was you. Boy, I sure hope it was you. We all gotta wait. We all gotta wait 30 seconds to see. Look, when I went over to Moki's house yesterday, I was gonna roll over there with a Chewbacca belt full of toilet paper. I decided that would be in bad taste, but it would have been funny. Yeah, that was you. Good. Everybody had nice things to say about you, Wayne. I hope that was fun. Watched your talk on Macna. It was a good talk. Appreciate what you did. Woo! If you missed it, this with some this. Because I don't wake up early enough as it is to old man P. I got to add a little something special, right? Doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. I didn't pre-drink either. These are poor choices. Straight up. Shout-outs. Besides everybody showing up here and helping a brother out, giving me some likes. I see 4 over there, I think, already, and I really appreciate that. I owe a legit shout-out to this guy. His name is Matthew Lennox, and he is a Canadian, I think on the West Coast. Wait, when you're seeing this, that kind of looks, yeah, that looks right. Maybe. Who is an awesome musician who plays live gigs for tips in mostly England. And when I saw Matthew, he was playing live. Did you get up in the... Oh, hell no, bruh. My grandpa ass would fall out of that mermaid suit and I'd be done for. That guy, Matthew, he was playing live, looping himself, beatboxing a little bit, crazy guitar player. He was playing live in the Bath, England Square, where the Roman baths are. Pretty cool place. If you ain't been, go, because it's cool. Stop me in my tracks. I'm chilling in the Roman baths up top, looking out over, just listening to him play. I was like, skills with a big fat Z. Found him online because I had a picture, could zoom in, figure out how to get a hold of him, tell him, hey man, that was an awesome memory from the trip and I really appreciate it. Bought his CDs, donated to the cause. That guy, I keep pointing the wrong way, is now, like a whole lot of people, there's no tourism. People ain't hanging out anymore, and nobody there to watch him play. So he's over on Patreon. If you dig sweet guitar music, it's not like crazy rock stuff. It's cool, trippy, earthy, fun. I don't know what you'd call it. It's good. Go listen. Go find him somewhere and just listen to a little bit of what he has. And check him out on Patreon. Either way, find him on YouTube. Give him a like. That'll help. Whatever. Cool dude. And I have a cool memory from that trip because of him, which was an awesome trip with the boy and the missus and a butt ton of middle schoolers, and some high schoolers that we didn't know, but whatever. Good trip. Another shout out. Park Rapids, Minnesota. That kid and I like to go fishing in Park Rapids because my grandpa built a cabin in the 60s. Minnesota is cool for like 3 weeks. Now it's actually more than that, but whatever. We hang out with this dude, Phil, at Outright Angling on Leech Lake. Try to catch some lunkers with that guy. But the lake our cabin's on is sweet. It's fun. It's quiet. It's chill. And it's got LTE. So I'm good to go. And the neighbors hooked us up with Wi-Fi, but we haven't tried that yet. Northern Minnesota. Check it out. Cool place. If you ever get bored and you need some time, well, whatever. If you got some time driving around, once it warms up a little bit, go check that place out. Anybody on? I don't see no chat. I'm a little concerned. How's this light? Lighting better? I look a little white. What are we talking about? We are talking about... Anybody have any questions before I start? I know there's a bit of a delay. I'm not sure the comments are working. But if you are working, I appreciate the thumbs up. That's cool, y'all. Yep, still there. All right, good. That was a good 30 seconds of nothing. My bad. We are talking this damn pump. I love the Kamoer X1. That is the coolest little Bluetooth pump ever, as far as I'm concerned. It's inexpensive, like $59 US. Catch it on sale. What's the K1? Is the K1 that crappy J-Bo? What's the K1? Sorry. That pump is awesome, and it has treated me well. It's easy to calibrate. I haven't had calibration issues. Works really well, right up to the point where there's a software update. Look, everybody's phones these days, most, I don't know what the number is, the apps auto update. So if you're going to push a sad app update, you better make sure it's right, because everybody is going to get the update. I'm looking at you, Kamoer, and I'm looking at you, Coral View, because I think you people can help. You need a beta tester? Hit me up. I'll be happy to test these things, because at least then I know what I'm getting myself into. But all of us out there running this app should not be the beta testers. So, I jumped into the app, and the app was empty. It had no pumps. It was all, press the little plus button to add some pumps. I'm all, punk. I already had 4 pumps in the app. Where'd they go? They were gone. Which sucks out loud for me, as far as I'm concerned. Sorry. So, and then when I added the pumps back in, there were duplicates. So like this one's 85, that one's 85, that's the same pump. So what I didn't know is, like, why is it showing the same pump multiple times? Then you delete one, it deletes both. I was all perfect. And the names are gone. These used to be named. These used to be named Strontium, Alpha Reef, Nitrate, and something else I can't remember right now that was on the freshwater tank. All the names were gone. That sucks out loud. Ready? That sucks out loud. So if y'all are running into this, what I had to do was uninstall the app. So I had to delete the app off the phone, re-download it, which you shouldn't have to do, people, but you got to do it. And then when I added the pumps back in, they still showed up nameless, but it was the proper number this time. So I think in the app notes, it said for best results, delete your current app, and then download the new app. But that's dumb because everybody's apps are uploading or updating by themselves, right? So you shouldn't have to do that. Test your software better. Don't give us bad software on dosing pumps of all things, because that scares me. That makes me want to look elsewhere. And I like those pumps. I don't want to look elsewhere. But I can replace a couple of those with a GHL, and I know what it's going to do, because that pump's going to work. All right, I ranted. I'm going to read the comments and see if there's anything cool. You know what I should be doing? I should be capturing the comments. Can I do that? Y'all want to see the comments? You can see the comments. Do you want me to put the comments in the thing in the window? Can I do that? Pop out chat. Go back in here. Can I add I'm going to sit over here. Can I add? So you're going to get a little bit of this real time. Is that cool? I'm going to add a window. Can I add? Window capture. Oh, snap. Look at there. Can you read that? Or is that too small? That's what she said. Is that too small? Let me know. Oh, I'm boxed in. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Let me know. Let me know how that looks. I'm checking out the chat now. What up, Seth? X1 pumps, cool. K1. Wayne, if you don't mind sharing. Oh, you know what? I could scooch it down because y'all don't need to see that business, right? I could just do like this. And that's a little better, maybe. No, I don't want to do that because then it gets a little small. Wayne, you said K1. What's a K1? K1 doser. Is that the Pro from Kamoer? Oh, good. Now my browser on my Mac is done. Oh, wait. I don't know what that is. Hook a brother up. What you talking about? I know a K1 caulk stirrer, but nobody uses that. Maybe they do. So that's that. You got my take on the X1. Delete the app, re-download it, and it'll fix the multiple pump things, the duplicate pump things. But you still got to go in and you got to rename them and check your settings. Piss me off. Punks. I thought it was the Kamoer. So the Kamoer, I know that to be the X1. Then there's the whatever Pro. What's the Kamoer Pro? The Kamoer, the X4 Pro. Oh, the F4. The F4 is the fancy one, the forehead one. I haven't used that. $379. That's about the price of a GHL. I'm gonna stick with GHL. Oh yeah, X1. So look, I dig the pump. The pump's great. Already covered that. The software was okay. Then the software went to crap. But if you, like I said, delete the app, re-add it, re-add your pumps, you'll be okay. But then you got to rename them all. That's all. So that's what worked for me. Let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. Telegram over on Instagram, TELEGRAHAM. DM me over there if that doesn't work. I want to know. So that's that. Is that cool? Anybody have anything to add to that? If you do, throw it down there in the comments, and I will. I'll see it in about 30 seconds. Dig it. Nitrate dosing. We've talked about my tank a little bit in the past. I require nitrate dosing. I do so for a couple reasons. I'm dosing Nopox, which drives nitrate and phosphates down through happy bacteria and happy corals. I'm also running a Fuge, which is a 5.5 gallon blue lit. It's lit with reef brights of all things, and it's totally full of Chaeto. I don't empty the Chaeto. I don't cut the Chaeto out. I just leave it be. I dose a lot into that 5.5. Some of my dosing goes into the 5.5 to blend it all out. So by the time it gets into the next tank in the chain, it's nice and diluted, and it's not a big slug of whatever juice dropping in your tank. Did you get your Mini fixed? The GHL Mini? It was okay. I programmed it for Moki's for Inappropriate Reefers Wi-Fi and took it over his place yesterday, and he has it running on his tank. But that stuff there, that's what I dose for nitrates. I also have the phosphates just in case, but I don't have a phosphates issue in my tank other than having to dose to lower phosphates. NeoNitro has treated me well. I know Fish of Hex has a similar product, right? These are all potassium nitrates or whatever. You can buy the dry pharmaceutical powder and mix it up yourself. But what I don't know is like legitimate concentrations. I don't know what Travis at Fish of Hex. I don't know how he's mixing it up. I don't know how Brightwell's mixing it up, and I don't think I care to. I don't want to know. So give Travis's a look, but also give Brightwell's a look. See what works best for you. I'm going to stick with Brightwell only because that's what I know. That's what I've been using, and I understand the dose, the concentration per dose, what I'm getting in the tank, so I'm just going to let that be. But that stuff works really well. So if you're low on nitrates, if it's undetectable, if you're sitting at like half or 1 and you want to bump it up a little bit, that's a good solution. Not sponsored. I buy those bottles, and if I could buy those 2-liter bottles, I would. But I'm scared to go to my LFS because the voodoo bug's out there. Maybe I'll check. Oh, I can move this, and I can see this a little better. Oh, I upgraded this computer today, too. So it was it's still older, but it was a Core i3 with only 8 gig RAM. So I doubled the RAM. And I found a used Core i7, 3770, maybe, but whatever. This computer, the fan doesn't run like crazy now. It looks like it's handling the stream pretty well. It's not bogging down. Why don't you reduce NOPOX? So the NOPOX is Wayne asks, why don't I reduce NOPOX? So it is. A long time ago, I had to use way more NOPOX. But as the tank matured and the bacteria colonized, as you would expect, I reduced that dose down quite a bit. Now it's just a maintenance dose. What I don't want to do is kill that dose. I don't want to disrupt what I've been doing, which means I'm scared to stop NOPOX. And I don't think I have to stop. So it already is greatly reduced. It may be 1 or 2 mils a day. It's just a little bit, and I'm just going to leave it. My biggest nitrate reduction right now is the Fuge. The Fuge is killing it. And I'm not going to mess with that thing either because it's just working. Woo! Somebody asked. It's this. That's how I'm rolling. With a little bit of that juice in there. Just because you can. Yeah, so Wayne, I'm careful with changes I make. I'm comfortable with additions, but things that have been long-standing, like 3, 4, 5 years worth of NOPOX dosing, I'm not going to give that up. I'm just going to let that keep going because that's what the tank's used to. I don't know what the bacteria would do if I stopped. I am a NOPOX junkie. Deal with it. Next. you know what? I don't even need to look at my notes because the picture's queued up. Oh, as long as I hit the right keyboard. Salt. So a whole bunch of people. BRS. What day was that? I got on Saturday morning. Was it yesterday morning? BRS's site was getting. Oh, Carlos, what you took your message away. I missed it. BRS was getting clobbered, and I really don't know why, other than for the last couple days they hadn't had 2-part in stock. But yesterday morning they got 2-part in stock, so I ordered up a 5-pack of each because I was getting a little low and I just didn't want to run out. But I also ordered salt. Jackfire. We sell a lot of that here. You know, this is some Beam. Is Jim Beam Fire this it's the same as Fireball, right? I mean, it's the same damn thing. Is this somehow accepted a little better? I don't know. It's the same thing to me. Excuse me while I sip. I didn't trim my beard. I'm looking a little rough. That's what I get for having to work from home. That salt is what I have used, I think, since the first time I had to buy salt. History of my tank. Buddy Shane gave me a tank. He's like, here's a tank. And he says, here's a half a bucket of old salt. Use this. So I filled that tank up with a hose, outside water, poured that salt in, made a saltwater tank. That didn't go that well. So I've learned since then. That was like 7 years ago with that tank. Ever since then, I've bought HW Marine. 8.6 to 9 alkalinity out of the box. I haven't had any stratification issues. That's where the stuff in the bag may or may not mix up properly. So maybe when you make your salt water one day, your alkalinity will be 10, and the next day it'll be like 7. Only because the stuff in the bag ain't mixed up. Haven't had those issues. That salt has treated me well, and I stick with that because it matches my target alkalinity. My target alkalinity is right around 9. That salt mixes up right around 9. So anywhere between 9 and 9.5, I'm good. And I didn't used to be a water changer, like never water changed. And then I started doing auto water change. And that's cool. And it's easy. So all I got to do is fill the jug and empty a jug once a week. So I've been using more salt. So I've been buying more HW Marine mix. And that's been working out for me. But we don't know about trace, right? That's Lucy. Can you hear Lucy barking? I wonder why. My phone didn't go off saying somebody was at the front door. She must be seeing. Oh, it did. We don't know what trace elements ship in salt. We can guess. We can see what the manufacturers give us on the websites or on the box, but we don't really know. So what I want to do is I want to send out a fresh HW Marine, and I want to send out Tropic Marin because that's what Moki's using, and that's what a whole lot of you see this a lot around now, right? So, and BRS recommends this. BRS used to recommend that. It's still recommended, but they used to use it. Now they're using this. But what I want to see is the difference between the two. I want to ICP both of these fresh mix. So I have Moki mixed up a bag yesterday, and I grabbed a couple of bags from him. So I'm hoping to send that off just to see, because I don't think anybody's done that, right? If you've done it, if you know about it, tell me. That way I don't have to spend the money on ICP tests for fresh salt water. But I'm going to send one off for this. I'm going to send one off for this. And I'm going to And that dude Shane that I talked about, who gave me the tank initially, same tank I still have, he loves Aquaforest, and Aquaforest has proven to be pretty awesome for him because he's growing the crap out of a bunch of corals. So I would like to see what's in that salt as well. I think it'd be pretty cool to get a baseline ICP on this that a lot of people don't use, this that's been pretty popular lately only because it's like the current trend, right? Carlos, what did you use before you used this, and when did you switch to this? And this that is a long-standing German salt that has been around for a while, and that I've been like successful with, but it may or may not be because of the salt. I really don't know. In my opinion, salt's kind of salt. I understand that the Tropic Marin, the other one, not this pro one, but the other one messes with electronic salinity testers because of some funky things with the trace and the thing, and I really don't know why. But from my point of view, what's your alkalinity target? I've talked about this before. You have a target, right? So your target's 9. Find a salt that matches your alkalinity target. That way you don't be jerking around with it too much when you do a water change. Other than that, until I prove to myself that I'm wrong, I kind of see that salt is salt. Yeah, Lucy did join the chat. I use Tropic Marin Pro. I rate it highly. But why do you rate it highly, Savage? That's kind of what I keep getting at. Like, I rate that high because I use it and it hasn't let me down. Not because I have tangible evidence or data that suggests that I should rate it high. It's just been good to me, right? And you all know I'm kind of data. I dig data. So, yeah, so for a while, and it still is, Fritz is, we all travel, we as humans, we travel in these waves of what other people are doing. And for a long time, everybody was all Fritz. And it kind of seems like everybody's going Tropic Marin. But there's still this big Fritz contingent out there, whether sponsored or bought because people are saying good things about it, or other people are saying bad things about it, whatever. There's a bunch of information out there. I switched because it wasn't in stock for a while. That's a real good answer. But that was years ago. I then used Fritz, but it wasn't in stock, so now I'm using... Okay, that makes sense to me. You know, it's always in stock because nobody buys it. This. I think they got like 800-something boxes on the shelf. I'd have to look. It's a lot, but whatever. Don't buy this salt because I want to buy it. But really, I only buy like 2 boxes a year. With you on the reef crystals. That's how I started. I think that's a little higher in alkalinity, right? It's clean, mixes well. I used Red Sea Pro, but that alkalinity was too high. That's not good. That's like 10, 12. Yeah. All right. So this stuff mixes well. And that stuff mixes well. Either way, I mix up the salt and I let it run for like 24 hours before I fill up the container. And then I'm done. So it would just be super interesting to have data to support all of our opinions. And right now, I think, yeah, but you got that's a lot of water changing, man. Plus, you got a big tank. I got that kind of action. I'm only like 90 gallons all in. Maybe 100 gallons if you include the work tank that's now upstairs. But I just use the system downstairs water for water change of the work tank. Yeah, I don't go through a lot of salt. All right. That's it. That's all I had. I will tell you, if you don't mix Fritz really good, out jumps to 11. Very inconsistent. So, like the salt stratifies? Is that what you're saying, Carlos? I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to have to work for it. All right, real quick. Shout outs. That guy, Matthew Lennox. Check him out on YouTube. He's probably over on Spotify too. Good stuff. I haven't met him. We've talked online. Only because he's cool and he appreciates fans. And because he is a performer, street performer, that business dried up. So go give him a like. It'll help him out. Park Rapids, Minnesota. You get bored, drive up north. Check that business out. It's pretty sweet. This juice treats me well. Always has. All right. I can now close that. Boo! I'm going to move this over here because I kind of like rolling like this. This is a little better. You mix a whole box at once. Is that like 150 gallons? Opinions are like arseholes. Everybody has one, and they all stink. Even mine. Opinions. Oh, my Orphic shipped. I got a DHL notification and an email from Orphic saying my light's on the way, so I get to compare the Orphic Blue Plus, I think I call it, OR something. I get to compare that light bar to the Reef Bright, which I know that Reef Bright really well, and compare that to the 470 nanometer black box. That's $47 on AliExpress. At least it was when I bought it. Yeah, man, check that guy out. He plays really good. He's a skilled musician. Somebody has had some Jim Beam fire. Anybody have any questions? I will absolutely provide my stinky opinions if you're interested. Here, I can type. This will help. Mathew. Let me confirm that I'm spelling that right, because that would suck if I didn't. Yep, L-A-N-N-O-X. There you go. There you go, gal. What else is going on? I talked about the GHL Mini a little bit. I got that configured. The Wi-Fi reset process for a GHL is stupid simple. It's just not documented all that much. So if you happen to you luck yourself into a GHL and you need to do, like, you buy one used and you need to do a Wi-Fi reset, super simple. I'm gonna make it. I have all the footage. I just need to make the video on how to do it and talk through it. It is literally plug it in with the USB, wipe the chip, load the chip, check the firmware update, and it's done. Then it works like a champ. So I wiped the Wi-Fi chip, loaded up inappropriate reefers, smokies, home Wi-Fi data. Took it over his house, plugged it in, boom. It was up and it was working. I can see it on my iPad. He can see it on his phone. That's a cool little device. If you just need a temperature, pH monitor, and a 4-outlet controller, I bought that. I wasn't given that device, any of those devices. Just got home. I'm crossed with Fish a Hex. Moki was just asking if I'm streaming. I don't mean to be crossing with Fish a Hex because he puts out some really good information, so I'll have to catch his stream tomorrow morning. But yeah, that little GHL works okay. It doesn't log data, so you can't see trends, but you do see real time. And it doesn't yet have email notifications, but that's something that I'm hoping GHL will add because I keep asking about it. But it works great. Gives you a good, like it's running Moki's heaters right now on that 135. Salt is one of those debates that only you and your reef tank knows if it is really worth. Yeah, totally agree. Right? It's like the T5 and the LED and the Mac and the PC and the iOS versus Android. It's all personal preference, and everyone's answer is accurate. It works. Just period. So GHL is not Windows-based, Wayne. It can be totally set up from iOS or Android. There's Moki. I have not set up a GHL device that either... I have not set up my P4 or the doser or anything else downstairs or Moki's Mini with anything except my phone. You don't need a PC. I'm trying to get that message out. That's a prevalent opinion about GHL. And that's how they used to be. It's totally understandable. But that four-head doser, I think solid. I've had no issues with that doser. Unlike, my Kamoer that we talked about. All right, that's only 45 minutes, eh? I tried. GCC got kicked back. Huh. Okay. I haven't had to use a PC. The only time I've used a PC, I'll clarify. The only time I've used a PC is when I reset the Wi-Fi chip. That requires a PC. But normal operation, and if you follow the directions, you got to follow the directions. If you don't, then you're going to get screwed up, and you're going to have to reset the Wi-Fi chip. But it's a super simple process as long as you follow the directions. So went over to Moki's house yesterday, like I talked about, dropped off that Mini, sat like 10 feet away from Moki, sat in front of that 135, and that thing is just beautiful. Nice and quiet. He's got his random flow nozzles on that thing. Everything's nice and open and clean. That's a fancy tank. You're all good, Redneck. You can check it out on the replay. I added the comments up there a little late, but at least you'll be able to catch up from when I started, when I added the comments. Talked about the Orphic, talked about the Mini, talked about that 135, talked about the booze I'm drinking, talked about the GHL business. See, this is what happens. This is when I run out of stuff and I look back at my what the hell I've been working on table and see what I got going on back there. We can talk about the voodoo, but everybody's talking about it. Can I throw this out here? Let me throw this out there. Maybe I shouldn't. Just stay home. I'll leave it at that. How about the old folk? I like Moki talking about your tank. I like seeing the open and super clean sump. I think that thing's I think that's pretty sweet. That's a nice looking setup. Looking forward to giving you back your damn clam that like scooching around in my sump or in my frag tank. I had to reach in there today and put it back where it's supposed to be and pin it in there with a bird's nest so it doesn't move. I'm going to be running 6 3/4 on my new build. No wave makers. Yep. Your closed loop business. Why do they call it a random flow generator? Is that because it sounds cool? Because it's just spiraling. It just spins it. It doesn't change it. It's always flowing and just spinning it like a rifle. Think of it like that. I just wonder why they call it that. Why don't they call it, I don't know, spiral nozzle? Was that taken? Spinny McSpinnerson nozzle, also taken. Merry-go-round nozzle, unavailable. I just wonder why I call it a random flow generator. 3D printed so you don't have to nozzle. That's accurate. Seriously, people don't have 3D printers. I do. I mean, there's one right here, but if you can buy them and it's easy, people will buy that stuff, and I think that's awesome. So the flow can't be random, right? I don't know how the flow could be random. It just has a little in there. It's not actually spinning. It just has vortex generators. That's what they actually are. It has a vortex generator in there, 3, 4, 5 of them. I can't remember how many's in there, Mogi. And all it does is spin the water coming through that nozzle. Oh, you're funny, Wayne. Patented. You're funny. All right. Maybe I'll jump off. Anybody have any questions? What's up, Leo? What's up, buddy? Come here. Come here. Say hi. Come here. Come here. Up. Oh. And there's Lucy, too. Oh, jeez. I hope he didn't hit anything. What happened? Oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's not going to work now, is it? Oh. There was... Leo decided we didn't need to see chat. That's what just happened there. Is it this? Is it this? Oh yeah, see, it's not that. We're gonna scooch that off there because the window got funky, which is hilarious. Yeah, Leo is getting big. He's a good boy. That's a good dog. He's like 6 months old, knows hand signals, knows how to stay, is an awesome stay dog. We got lucky with him. Open return nozzle. Hey, boy. All right. I think I'm going to jump. I will hang out for a couple minutes. If anybody has any questions, hit me up on Instagram, DM me. Oh, I should have a little logo, shouldn't I? Savage calling me fancy. I don't even have a little logo to pop up there. I should have that available, but I don't. DM me on Instagram. I'd be more than happy to talk about anything, or at least provide a smelly opinion. All right, buddy? How you doing? And oh, it's totally spiral. You know it is. It can't be random. It's not spinning and it's not doing this. It's just doing this. But whatever. I suppose that's it. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a tip. Pro tip. Check out a web app called Pushover. This is something that GHL shared a few weeks ago, maybe a month and a half ago. If you get email notifications in your email and you don't like that, or if you get email notifications sent via text and you don't like that, check out the Pushover app. So what that does is it allows email notifications to go out as push notifications, and it pops up separately from email or text. So it's a third thing. I use that only because it'll really catch my attention if I get a Pushover notification. So check that out. That's called Pushover. I suppose that's all I have. You call me an amateur savage? You're right. I am. All right, y'all. I really appreciate you hanging out. I hope some of the information was helpful. Let me know if you need more information on what I talked about. I'll listen back in the morning, and I'll add links to anything we discussed in the description below. And this dog's looking at me like he needs something. Maybe he needs something. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Happy reefing and be kind, everyone. Thanks.